Hi everybody. Today we are going to learn how to read and write values inside the TIA portal using data block. So we might have used the TIA portal with the real inputs and hardware inputs and outputs. So let's see how to create a data block, how you can read and write the values inside the data block. Okay. So first I'll open the TIA portal. So it will take a little bit time for opening the window. Okay, you can go for create new project. So I'll give the heading as data block. Okay. Okay, so now I'm configuring the device. So I have to add the CPU. Add new device. So controllers. So my CPU is 1215C, DC, part number second. Then version 4.5. Then I'll add the CPU. So data block means it's a memory. So what we can do is usually in the programming part, they will create data block for each and every, the project. So everything related to that particular process will be stored inside that data block. So you can release the values, you can release the tags from that particular data block. So each and every data block has a set of tags. According to the process, you can create a data block. Then when it comes to the main OB, main organizational block, where you write the program, there you can release the values. So now my CPU is configured. So let me go to the program blocks, main OB. So this is the programming software window. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to this add new block. So here you can see the data block. So I'll name the data block as basics. Okay. So according to the process, we'll be naming it as, sometimes you are doing temperature control. So you can name it as like temperature control, temperature underscore control, pressure control. So you can, each and every process can be a data block, and all the tag names related to that particular process can be inserted in one data block. So everything will be grouped, it will be organized. So that is the main advantage of having a data block. So here you can see global DB. So what exactly is global DB? So you can configure all these values from anywhere of this program. Understood? You can use this tag name for the entire program. You can configure it from anywhere. So that's what global DB means. Now press OK. So you can see the data block here. So I want a start switch. Okay. My data type is Boolean. I need an out. That is also Boolean. So if I want to add two numbers, so in that case, I'll give, for example, my tag name is like my value underscore 1. So that can be integer. So I'm going to take this as integer. Now, value underscore 2. So that is also integer. So my sum will also be an integer. So now I have defined whatever tag names I want inside this one. So now I'll go to the main OB. I'll place a switch. Okay. So just click on this basics. You can see all the values related to that particular data block will be displayed here. So what I'll do is I'll drag this and place it here. You can see basics dot start. Okay. So my start or my out, I'll connect it here. Now coming to the value. So for example, I told you I want to add two values. So I'll take this add, drag this value underscore 1 to the first one, value underscore 2 to the second one, sum as the output. So let me download this and see how it is working. Then after that, we'll see. So it's compiled, then download. Okay, so now it's in runtime mode. So let's see, I'll just modify this to 1. My output is on. If I modify to 0, output 0. So I'm going to give the value here 20. I'm going to give the value as 25. This is 45. So this is the way to configure the data blocks. I mean, create the tags inside the data blocks. How to create new data block and then drag it to the main window. And then you can compile it, download it, and give the values and see how it is working. So now after this, okay, so these are the, data block items which we have done. So now there are two kinds of blocks, that is optimized access block and the block with standard access. So this is block with optimized access. So how we will know that this is the block with optimized access? So when I right click on this basics, I mean this data block, and you go to properties, there you can see on this attributes, you can see the optimized block access is enabled. So what I'm going to do is I'll just disable this and show you what is standard block access. Okay. So now this is optimized block access. So optimized block access means the block will not have a specifically defined structure. That's what this optimized block access means. So the data elements receive only one symbolic name in the declaration, and there is no fixed address in the block. So now what we are going to do is we are going to do the block with standard access. So standard access means this can be done in 7300, 400, 1200, 1500, etc. The optimized block access is only for 1200 and 1500. So now I'll just cancel this, create another block. I mean duplicate this block, copy and paste it, right click. Sorry, so now this becomes basics underscore 1. Go to properties again. I'll disable this. That's okay. So here you can see the DB data block is same for the both. So I need to change it. This is DB1. I want to change this to DB2. So for that, you can go to general. Here you can see manual and automatic. So from here, I can change the number of the data block. So this I'll make it to 2. So once I press OK, so the DB2 will be changed. So I'll double click on this DB2. So here you can see all the tags, the same tags itself. Now let's see what is the difference. Same program I'm going to make. So I'll click on basics underscore 1, drag the start and place it here. So you can see an address also with this one. That means it will have a fixed address. So that's the speciality of standard block access. Okay. So when it comes to the standard block access, this will have a standard access and will have a fixed structure. So data elements will receive a symbolic name in the declaration and a fixed address in the block. So that's what the standard access means. So this for this SM300, 400, 1200, 1500, etc. All these models can do this one. So but fixed address can be seen for this particular item. Now same thing I'm going to do for the add instruction. So what I'll do, I'll just drag this value 1, value 2 and so on. So when you compile it, this question mark will go and the fixed address will come here. So let's see that one. See. Okay. So I'll download it. I'll go online. So you can see here. So I'll just reset it. Okay. So this was the first one, block with the optimized access. You can see this is just a name and you don't have a fixed address for this one. So when it comes to the block with standard access, you can see fixed addresses. Okay. So I'll turn on this switch. The output is on. Now I'm going to give the value. Okay. Okay. So now the output is 34. So I'm just showing you with very simple instructions how this can be done. So how the data blocks can be created. In that itself, how two types of data blocks are created. The data blocks with standard access and data blocks with optimized access. Okay. So hope the things are clear with you. We'll be back with another video. Bye.